Some of the best desserts, the ones that truly capture our hearts and taste buds, are often born from happy accidents, unexpected twists of fate that lead to culinary masterpieces. These serendipitous creations often have the most fascinating stories behind them. And Eton Mess, with its delightful combination of textures and flavors, is a perfect example of such a happy accident. It's a testament to the idea that sometimes the most delicious things come from the most unexpected places. Legend has it, the origins of this beloved dessert can be traced back to a rather chaotic, yet memorable, Eton versus Harrow cricket match, a sporting event steeped in tradition and friendly rivalry. The tale unfolds with a strawberry and meringue pudding destined for the players' refreshment, meeting an unfortunate end. It was dropped, perhaps during the excitement of the game. Or, in a more whimsical version of the story, the pudding might have been inadvertently sat on by a mischievous dog, eager to join in the picnic festivities. But rather than let this delicious concoction go to waste, an ingenious solution was devised. The resourceful boys, undeterred by the slightly mangled presentation, scooped up the delightful mess, a jumble of strawberries, meringue, and cream, and devoured it with gusto. And so from this serendipitous mishap, a British classic was born. A dessert that embodies the spirit of spontaneity and delicious imperfection. Eton Mess, in its very essence, celebrates imperfection. It's a dessert that shrugs off the constraints of perfect presentation. There's no need for meticulously arranged layers or flawless symmetry. It's all about the harmonious blend of great flavors and contrasting textures. At its heart, it's all about the simple pleasures, the sweetness of ripe, juicy strawberries, bursting with summer flavor, the satisfying crunch of crisp meringue, providing a delightful textural contrast, and the luxurious richness of softly whipped cream, enveloping the other ingredients in a cloud of sweetness. It's simple, it's joyful, and it's wonderfully relaxed. A dessert that perfectly captures the essence of a carefree summer day. This delightful dessert has graced countless summer parties, picnics, and garden gatherings for well over a century, becoming a beloved tradition. It's loved not only for its delicious taste, but also for its incredibly forgiving nature in the kitchen. When it comes to Eton Mess, there's truly no right or wrong way to make it. The recipe is more of a guideline, encouraging creativity and personal preference. Feel free to add more meringue if you crave an extra satisfying crunch in every bite. Or if you prefer a softer, more decadent experience, don't hesitate to add more cream, creating a lusciously smooth texture. It's a treat you can whip up quickly, perfect for those moments when you need a delicious dessert without spending hours in the kitchen. Eton Mess is a dessert that always evokes the spirit of a British summer, conjuring images of sunny afternoons, lush gardens, and joyful gatherings. More than just a dessert, Eton Mess reminds us that not everything in life needs to be perfect, that beauty can be found in imperfection. Sometimes the best things in life and in the kitchen are a little jumbled, a little messy, and a whole lot delicious. Every spoonful of Eton Mess is a nod to that legendary cricket match, a reminder of the dessert's humble and slightly chaotic beginnings, and it's a celebration of the joy of making the best of a mishap, turning an accident into a culinary triumph. Eton Mess is more than just a dessert. It's a story in a bowl, a tale of serendipity and deliciousness. It's a taste of history, a celebration of tradition, and a pure, unadulterated moment of enjoyment, a true British classic that continues to delight generations. Baking is a science. Precision matters. It's a delicate dance of ingredients where every gram and milliliter plays a crucial role in the final outcome. Think of it like conducting a chemistry experiment, but with delicious results. Too much flour, and your cake is dry. It becomes dense and crumbly, losing that light and airy texture we all crave. Too little, and it falls flat. The structure weakens and the cake collapses in on itself, a disappointing end to your baking efforts. But even in baking, there's room for creativity. Once you understand the fundamental rules, you can start bending them, adding your own personal touch to every creation. Eton Mess is the perfect example, a dessert born from delightful disarray. The meringue requires careful measuring. The precise ratio of egg whites to sugar is essential for achieving that perfect, crisp, yet chewy texture. But the final dessert is a celebration of chaos. Crumbled meringue, whipped cream, and berries tossed together in a delightful, unpredictable mess. Once you've mastered the basics, you can experiment, explore new techniques and push the boundaries of your baking skills. Try new flavors, swap in different fruits, use raspberries instead of strawberries, or add a hint of citrus zest for a burst of freshness. That's how recipes evolve and new traditions are born. Each generation adds their own unique spin, creating a culinary legacy that's both familiar and exciting. The original Eton Mess was a happy accident, a serendipitous creation that has delighted dessert lovers for generations. But every twist you add continues that spirit. Every variation, every substitution is a tribute to the joy of experimentation and the endless possibilities of baking. So measure carefully, pay attention to detail, and respect the science behind the recipe. But don't be afraid to play. Let your creativity flow, embrace the unexpected, and have fun in the kitchen. The worst that happens? You might end up with a slightly imperfect creation, but even then, you learn something new. Every mistake is a lesson, a chance to refine your skills and become a better baker. The best? You might stumble upon a new flavor combination, a unique technique, or a recipe that becomes a cherished part of your family's culinary history. You create a new family favorite, a dish that brings joy, comfort, and a sense of connection to those you love. The kitchen is where reliable recipes meet spontaneous ideas. It's a place where tradition and innovation come together to create something truly special. That's the real magic of baking. It's the ability to transform simple ingredients into something extraordinary, something that nourishes both the body and the soul. Sumac in a dessert? It might sound odd, but this Middle Eastern spice is a game changer. With its bright, tangy, lemony flavor, sumac adds a gentle zing without overpowering sweetness. We often add lemon or balsamic to strawberries. Sumac does the same, but with more complexity. In Eton Mess, sumac balances the sweetness of meringue, cream, and berries, adding a subtle tartness. It elevates the dessert, making each bite more interesting and refreshing. Modern cooking is about building on classics. Sumac is a small twist that makes a big impact. It doesn't overpower. It complements, adding color and depth. One taste, and you'll see why it's unforgettable. Before you start, gather all your ingredients. Mise en place makes everything smoother. For the sumac meringues, 4 large egg whites, 225 g caster sugar, 2 teaspoons ground sumac and a pinch of salt. For the strawberries, 400 g ripe strawberries, 1 tablespoon caster sugar and another teaspoon of sumac. For the cream, 500 milliliters double cream, well chilled, and a teaspoon of good vanilla bean paste or extract. Use the best strawberries you can find. They're the star. The sumac gives both the meringues and strawberries a unique tang. Chilled cream whips up best and brings everything together. With everything ready, you're set to create a glorious mess. Simple ingredients, extraordinary results. Let's get started. Making meringues might seem intimidating, but trust me, it's easier than you think. With a few simple steps and a little patience, you can create these delicate, airy treats right in your own kitchen. The key to meringue success? Just start with a spotless bowl. Any trace of grease or oil can prevent the egg whites from whipping up properly, so make sure your bowl is squeaky clean and completely dry. Next, preheat your oven to a low temperature, 120 degrees Celsius or 100 degrees Celsius fan. This slow baking process is what gives meringues their signature crispness without browning too much. Now, for the main event, the egg whites. Use room temperature egg whites for the best volume and add a pinch of salt to help stabilize them. Begin whisking the egg whites on medium speed until soft peaks form. This is when the whites start to hold their shape but still have a slightly wet, glossy appearance. Once you have soft peaks, gradually add caster sugar, a spoonful at a time. Caster sugar is ideal because it dissolves easily into the egg whites, creating a smooth and stable meringue. Continue whisking until the mixture is thick, really thick. You'll notice the volume increasing and the mixture becoming more opaque. Keep whisking until the meringue is glossy and holds stiff peaks. This means the peaks stand straight up when you lift the whisk or beater out of the bowl. indicating a perfectly stable meringue. Now for the secret ingredient, gently fold in 2 teaspoons of sumac. This adds a beautiful pink streak and a unique, tangy flavor that complements the sweetness of the meringue perfectly. Spoon rustic dollops of the meringue mixture onto a baking tray lined with parchment paper. Don't worry about making them perfect, no need for perfection. The beauty of these meringues lies in their rustic charm. Bake for 1.5 hours until they are crisp to the touch and sound hollow when tapped. Once baked, turn off the oven and cool the meringues completely in the oven with the door ajar. This prevents them from cracking due to sudden temperature changes. The result? Meringues that are wonderfully crisp on the outside with a delicate, slightly brittle shell. And inside a delightful surprise, a chewy, marshmallow-like interior that melts in your mouth. Each bite is bursting with a subtle sumac zing, adding a layer of complexity and intrigue to this classic treat. These sumac meringues are the perfect crunchy backbone of your Eton Mess, providing a delightful textural contrast to the creamy whipped cream and juicy berries. Trust me, homemade meringues make all the difference. The flavor and texture are simply unmatched by store-bought versions. Once they're completely cooled, they're ready to be used in your Eton Mess. Let them cool completely before assembling to maintain their crispness. Now that our meringues are ready, it's time to move on to the next star of the show, the strawberries. While the meringues bake, prepare the strawberries. Hull and slice 400 g of the ripest strawberries you can find. Sprinkle with a tablespoon of castor sugar and a teaspoon of sumac. Gently stir to coat, then let them sit for 30-60 minutes at room temperature. The sugar draws out the juices, creating a vibrant, tangy syrup. This simple step transforms the berries into a luscious, flavor-packed component. The sumac adds a bright note that makes the strawberries sing. Let them macerate while you whip the cream. The syrup will swirl beautifully through your dessert. For the perfect cream, start with everything cold, cream bowl and whisk. Pour 500 milliliters double cream into your chilled bowl. Add a teaspoon of vanilla and whisk to soft peaks. Soft peaks mean the cream holds its shape but still looks pillowy and light. Don't over-whip stop as soon as it's thick and cloud-like. This cream is the luxurious element that ties the dessert together. It's the cool, velvety contrast to the crisp meringue and juicy strawberries. Once whipped, your cream is ready for assembly. Simple, but essential for the perfect Eton Mess. The cream should be light, not stiff. Now let's bring it all together. Now for the fun part, assembly. Break the cooled sumac meringues into bite-sized chunks. In a large bowl, gently fold together 2/3 of the meringue, 2/3 of the strawberries with syrup, and most of the whipped cream. Use a light hand. Aim for marbled swirls, not a uniform mix. Spoon into a serving dish or individual glasses. Top with the remaining meringue, strawberries, and a drizzle of syrup. For extra flair, dust with a little more sumac or add fresh mint. Serve immediately while the meringue is crisp and the cream chilled. The beauty is in the mess. Each spoonful is a new combination. This is summer in a bowl. Sharing food brings people together, and Eton Mess is made for just that. It's relaxed, joyful, and perfect for gatherings. No need for perfection. Bring it to the table, hand out spoons, and let everyone dig in. The mix of textures and flavors, crisp meringue, cool cream, tangy sweet strawberries, is pure delight. The sumac adds a surprising twist that gets everyone talking. This dessert is about community, laughter, and making memories. It's a celebration of summer, British tradition, and the joy of good food. The best recipes are the ones that create happiness. Embrace the mess, savor the moment, and share the magic. That's what makes Eton Mess unforgettable.